Yes.
Yes, we are live. Hey, we're live.
Oh, hey. I'm all
We're
sleepy.
Facebook and we're YouTube live.
So hello and welcome. My name is Chris Shelton.
I'm Parisa Shelton.
I'm Christine.
And welcome to the Tai Chi and Qigong. Normally this class would be held at Don Edwards San Francisco Bay Wildlife Refuge. But because of the things that are going on right now, guess what? We're doing it indoors and imagining that we're connecting with nature and our own true natures as well too.
Exactly, in this beautiful deluxe apartment in San Jose, California. So this class is in partnership with the Refuge Friends Group, San Francisco Bay Wildlife Society, under the Watershed Watchers Program.
Say that 10 times real fast.
And this month we are celebrating
Summer solstice.
solstice.
Summer solstice is the longest time of the year, and it's going to be happening here in 2 weeks, June 20th, right?
Yeah, so in other words, it means there's the longest daylight hours.
Oh.
Yeah, so we can stay up, kids stay up, go have fun.
Longer nights.
Longer nights.
Mhm.
Yes.
Amen. So, and you know, as the summer solstice rolls in, what this means also is that this is the time of the year that the heart is most active. And we actually have to be doing things, be cautious of the heart, and making sure that we're doing and eating things that will nurture the heart, because the heart does not like summer heat. Each of the 5 organs of the body has a certain climatic condition that it does not like, and the heart dislikes way too much summer heat.
Yes, so nurture your heart.
Show that love too.
There's also a lot of wildlife activity during the summer with the chicks and the cubs that were born in the springtime. They're now out and about learning what life is like on their own.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing?
What does it mean for us humans?
For us humans, it means school is out and it's time to relax and unwind.
Yeah, let's
That.
relax and unwind.
Online. Well, let's get started with some a little bit of Qigong. And once again, we want to say thank you so much to the San Francisco Bay Wildlife Society for giving this opportunity to share these ancient practices to be able to allow you to become the best person that you could possibly be. So with that said, we're going to start off with a little Qi clearing exercises.
Yes.
My feet are out about shoulders width apart. My knees are pointed straight ahead, as well as my toes. And then from here, I'm going to gently tuck the sacrum underneath, which then presses back the Mingmen, which is the acupuncture point right opposite the belly button, also called the gate of fire. And so what's going to happen from here is that we're going to place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, as if saying the letter N, tucking the chin, press it up on the crown point. Excuse me, also referred to as the Ba Hui. And then from here, the breath is going to be through the nose, inhaling and exhaling, expanding the abdomen, filling up our abdomen with Qi, this life force energy that emanates through all things. So as we start off our practice this morning, what I want us to do is first gently close your eyes and find that space of emptiness, quietude, silence in your mind. And feel that breath just expand into the abdomen as you inhale and as you exhale. Just allow for that energy to radiate through the tissues from head to toe. Now, if you are out in nature, just connecting with birds, the sky, trees, the plants, whatever is around you. And if you're not, like we're indoors right now, I can still imagine, because everything in this room is an expression of Qi, just at a grosser, denser state. So once I calm my mind with my breath work, we're going to begin by pulling down the heavens 3 times, inhaling. Just allow for this white light to come in, and then as you exhale, feel as the white light flows down through the legs, up through the feet, and down deep into the ground. Inhaling. Really just setting your intentions for the day. What do you hope to get out of this class today? Inhale. And exhale. Just feel that Qi come in. And then from here, we're going to toss the stone. So I'm going to lift my arms up, and then I'm going to exhale as I toss. Shifting my weight back and forth. as you do this, I want you to gently gaze at the tips of the fingers and allow for any excess emotions, thoughts, or feelings to flow off like a dark cloud, going several feet away from the body and deep into the ground. As I'm doing this practice, I actually just got an image of Bob Ross.
There's no mistakes, only happy accidents.
Only happy accidents and happy trees.
Trees.
Yes.
Just imagine the birds frolicking in the trees. Oh geez,
Love Bob Ross.
my knees.
For some reason, I feel like it's very strong here today.
I feel like there's a lot of similarities between you and Bob Ross.
You know, I
You might
had
not know this, but Chris is an incredible artist.
his hair way outdid my mullet though back in the day.
You made everything look so simple.
Yeah, simple techniques.
Yeah.
And he loved being in nature.
Mm.
He lived in nature and taught people actually how to express themselves through art and expressing nature through them,
Through painting.
through painting, and in a simplified fashion. Oil painting, I used to teach oil painting at a art school in Cupertino. And oil painting is kind of challenging, but he had a methodology he developed that made it very simple, simplistic. And I could definitely relate to him because I loved it when he had his squirrel on the show, because I used to have a pet squirrel that I bottle fed and raised. I don't know if this is just a digression, but his name was Kipper the Magical Squirrel. So from here,
Sorry.
from here I'm going to, seriously, that was his name. I'm going to allow for any tension or tightness in my shoulders and my forearms to just flow off the tips of the fingers like a dark cloud. Now you could go at your own pace. You notice that we're kind of moving fast here. Christine is one of our Qigong teachers, and she's teaching her own online classes as well. And you want to talk?
Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Wednesdays and Saturdays at what time?
So Wednesdays at 8:30 and Saturdays at 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock. And
AM?
8 a.m. Pacific time.
And how do they get that information?
You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Fifth Element Chi. And you can also follow me on Facebook,
Great.
Christine Castillo. And you can find me actually on your
Yes.
Facebook as well.
Yeah, so take advantage of it. Another thing that we launched actually yesterday was the Chi Club. So for the last 11 weeks or so, we've been doing free online Qigong classes from 8 to 8:30 every Tuesday and Thursday. And now we're starting the Chi Club, and founding members get a special discount of $19 a month.
Any founding members out there, put a comment below.
So we're going to be having 4 classes. I'll be teaching my classes on Tuesday and Thursday from 8 to 8:30. And then Pete?
I'll be on Monday and Wednesday, same time, 8 to 8:30 a.m. Pacific. Stretch and release.
Yeah, so take advantage of it. You know, if you break down the cost, you know, normally we charge $30 for a drop-in fee to our live classes, up to $165 for 6 classes, and so this membership breaks down to $1 a class.
Wow.
And so please, if you're interested, because after next week, we actually are going to increase the cost for this Qi membership. So if you want to start off your day, like how you're starting off your morning here, with some simple practices that will help to enlighten you and increase your consciousness, please check us out. Okay, then I'm going to slow down, coming back to the middle, and then pulling down the heavens 3 times, inhaling and exhaling. Sending out that gratitude to the world. I'm so grateful to be here to serve, to be able to teach you these practices that gives you power and influence over your own well-being. Inhale. So connecting to your higher power, just imagine a white light coming in, saturating the tissues. So grateful also for my wife Parisa, for Christine, and Patrick, which you don't see behind the cameras. Operating the cameras. Okay, I'm gonna bring the feet together. Now I'm gonna begin to lightly bounce. Once again, also grateful to San Francisco Bay Wildlife Society for giving this opportunity to share this with you. So we're going to focus on the major joints of the body. I'm relaxing my knees, my hips, my groin, my shoulders. So as we age, blood and fluids tend to be stuck in the joints. And so what I want us to do is use your mind intent to focus on these major joints, or some of the major joints of the body, starting with the ankles. And just allow for any tension or tightness in the ankles to release out like a dark cloud, flowing out through the feet and down deep into the ground. Next, the knees, any tension or tightness in the knees, allowing for that to release out. So before we begin our Tai Chi, we need to lubricate and awaken the joints of the body. Next, the hips, the groin, the low back. If you have low back pain, sciatic nerve pain, just allow for that to release like a dark cloud, flowing out through the legs, out through the feet, and down deep into the ground. Next, the thoracic spine in between the shoulder blades opposite the heart. If there's any emotions affecting or obstructing the heart, just allow for that to release as well, flowing out through the body, out through the feet, and down deep into the ground. Then from here, we focus on the fingers and the wrists. If you have any carpal tunnel pain, arthritic pain, even if you don't have any pain at all, it's still important to focus on these major joints. So just shake out any tension or tightness out the hands, out the fingers, and down deep into the ground. And then from here, the elbows, the shoulders, the head and neck. Just allow for all this to release out through the arms, out through the fingertips, and down deep into the ground. And then from here, we're going to stop bouncing, and then I'm going to inhale, rolling up on the balls of the feet, pulling the energy beyond the top of the head, and drop. Good. And inhaling, pulling all the way up. Imagine this going like racing up through the body, beyond the top of the head, and drop. And let's do 2 more. Inhaling, all the way up, and drop. Last one, inhale. And release. Feet out, shoulders width apart, pulling down the heavens again 3 times, inhaling. And exhale. Really setting that intention. You know, by practicing these types of practices, it actually helps to increase your consciousness. And when people want to create positive change in the world, it starts with ourselves. You have to increase your own vibration first in order to really create positive change in the world. Really just focusing on increasing our vibration, letting go of what doesn't work for you, and attracting what does. Okay, my favorite practice, shaking the tree. You know, we're one of the only animals or mammals on land that does not shake it off when something happens. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling all the way up and exhaling. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhaling all the way up and last one, inhaling and then pulling down the heavens again 3 times before I pass the mic. And exhale. Just imagine that you're connecting with nature. You feel the cool breeze this morning. Pulling in the sun's rays. Just feel that develop into your soul. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, and then from here?
Sure. Okay, I wasn't sure. Hi, everybody, I'm Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Please continue with the Uji posture. Stand with your feet, shoulders width apart, bend the knees. Still continue with tucking in the waist. Relax your shoulders, focus on your breathing. And we're gonna start with, since we're still a little bit in spring, we're gonna start with the liver exercise, the cleansing exercise, which is moving from side to side, and like you're squeezing a ball from the center of your body. And try to expand the tendons and ligaments in the hands. And imagine just getting rid of any frustrations or anger, whether it's past or present, resentment, all those negative emotions that we shouldn't be storing in our bodies. And focus on the liver, which is on the right side. Again, you can go as fast as you want or at a slow pace. The liver is a wood element and usually heightened during the springtime. You can also, if you're a color person, you can also imagine the color green, which is one of my favorite colors. And you can also imagine you're like in a green grass, trees, out in nature. I really miss being at the
Don Edwards.
Yes, it's such a good vibe over there. You know, you're out in nature and you can connect with the elements around you.
You know, there's a lot of little birds around there right now.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember, but last month we celebrated Migratory Bird Awareness Day, and so now those little birds that have been migrating and been born, they're like actively having a party. They're like in their teenage summer of love phase, summer 2020.
Summer loving,
Also,
happened at last.
Aw.
that's a good song.
And it's good because the heat creates a whole different environment for our bodies and for nature. So a lot of like the sicknesses and the colds and flus and stuff get zapped by the heat so that we can be active, healthy, and happy. Nature is literally one of your best medicines.
Yes, definitely, I agree. I totally agree with that. It really does help you get out of your head, focus on other things, positive things. You can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open, but I usually close my eyes because I like to imagine where I'm at and where my scene is. But everybody has their own preferences. And of course, I'm not going to close my eyes today because I'm teaching.
I'll close my eyes for you.
Yeah, there you go.
The lights are bright in here.
Yeah. One thing that I'm always going to remember Chris telling me is to drink warm water with lemon in the morning to cleanse out the liver toxicity. And I always keep that in mind whenever I'm not feeling well or if I'm moody. I know that a lot of our moodiness and our comes from the liver.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I think sometimes we feel like we have different emotions going on and we don't know how to control that. So any of these practices are really great just to ease off moods, but I feel for me, because I'm a wood type, I'm definitely one of those people.
And if you're curious about what type you are, you can access our free Qigong book at sheltonqigong.com.
And in the back of that book is a
Very
5-element questionnaire quiz that will let you know what your typology is, meaning what organ governs you, and what are your strengths, and then actually what's more important is what it looks like when you deviate from your typology that starts to indicate disease. That's what we're looking at. So each of the 5 organs has a certain personality type associated with them, and they have their positive characteristics, and staying within those positive characteristics actually helps the organ function better. The rest of the body function better.
Let's do 2 more. And last one. Let's transition pull down the heavens just one time. Inhale, and slowly exhale as you come down. Focus on the good, positive energies of the liver, which is creativity and kindness. Next one we're going to do is the heart. Like we're cradling a baby, we're going to move from side to side. I always like to do the easier version of Qigong. I know that Chris has another way of doing this exercise, which if I'm watching him, I could do it, but I can't do it by myself. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way. So again, the heart is a fire element, which again, Parisa and Chris were bringing up about the summer solstice. This is a great exercise to do during this time. During the transition, you can also focus on the colors of red or pink. Positive emotions of love, and that could be any love, universal love. And you also want to let go of negative emotions of overexcitation, loneliness or abandonment. Especially right now with the shelter in place, I'm sure a lot of people have been feeling out of place.
But the good news is that in Santa Clara County, they've lifted a lot of the restrictions.
Yeah,
Yay, celebrate, celebrate. Just in time for summertime.
Yeah, so that's a great thing.
Mm-hmm. And going back to what we were just talking about, that's why getting out in nature, go outside, take a deep breath, connect with the trees and the birds, you'll feel better.
So as you do this little exercise, you want to pinpoint or stretch or expand the pinky, which is the ending acupuncture for the heart. Thank you, Chris. Yes. I learned that from you. I'm so grateful for both of you guys, really. I'm not going to cry right now, but I'm really grateful for these 2 people in my life right now.
So much.
Oh, I'm feeling the love. I'm so feeling the love right now.
That heart is bursting.
Sorry, you made me cry.
Well, it's just that sometimes people come into your life and really...
Yes, they make a imprint in your life, and that's really something to be grateful for. Everybody on live right now, just be grateful for where you are, that you're still alive, you're breathing, and you have good people around you.
And cute cats, maybe.
For animals are always the best.
For babies.
For babies.
They don't talk back usually.
Let's do last one. Let's transition, put in that energy in, and pull down the heavens just one time. And next, we're going to do the earth element, which is a spleen on the left side. We're going to twist from side to side. Again, all these exercises are really simple and very doable. And the spleen, the negative emotions for the spleen is over-intellectualizing, overthinking, worry, which that's a lot of things that we do on a daily basis. But we want to bring forth peace, groundness, stability.
Our cat is making a catio instead of a cameo.
Catio.
good chi.
It really is.
She
It's
is.
like touching the wood and everything, the cabinets. That's fun. So you can also focus on the color orange or yellow. The season for the spleen is during ending summer and beginning fall, the Indian summer. And still continue to use your legs to pump up and twist. And the spleen is an earth element, which I always think of dirt, but I'm sure there's a lot of earth element around us.
Did you know that the square shape in feng shui represents the earth element? So if you need to increase your earth, your stomach, spleen, chi, one of the things you do is have more colors of yellow and orange in your environment, but also having sculptures of square shaped objects, like even yellow or orange square shaped candles would be good.
Mm. Wait, square, not rectangle.
Rectangle represents the wood element. So if you need to increase your wood, your liver chi, gallbladder chi, then you would have rectangular shapes in your environment.
Oh, like the trunk of a tree.
Pretty much.
But then what's round?
Circular is water.
Yeah, it's like water element.
So the bowl shape, actually, if you are deficient in water energy, your kidneys and your bladder, reproductive system, then you would have obviously fountains of water or sounds of water in your background, color blue or black, but then the shape of a bowl.
With the horns? Are you talking about the horns?
Like a bowl.
Like a bowl.
Oh, a bowl. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, a
A
bowl.
bowl.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's communication.
No Rocky Mountain oysters here.
Well, does that have horns? And you're like, oh, yeah, sure.
Sure.
It has horns in
You can
it.
have horns if you want in your sculpture. Yeah, so the bowl shape, you know what's interesting is that if you're in an area that, like in the desert, that doesn't collect water easily, they say that if you actually have something that can collect, like cellophane or something, to make a bowl shape in the sand, but
Dig a
overnight,
hole.
you will collect some of the condensation from the air, so you have some water.
Survival tips.
Nice, right?
Well, summer camping, we might be out in the desert.
Or having dessert.
Desert or in the desert, dessert in the desert.
Yeah, I always had a hard time spelling those two.
Yeah, right, just stay with me and don't desert me.
That's a good one. All right, let's do a last twist. And pull down the heavens just one time, sorry. We're going to transition to the next, which is the lung cleansing exercise. Move our hands out. Inhale and exhale as you go out. Focus on the lungs and releasing any negative energy of grieving, loss, sadness. Bring forward the positive emotions of courage, strength. You can also focus on the color gray or white, silver. And the lungs, the season for the lungs is during the fall. I have this theory that people get sad after the summer, so.
Well, you know, there is a disorder, a depression disorder called seasonal affect disorder.
I just learned about that.
Yeah.
I know, I didn't realize, I was talking about that in one of my classes. I just heard this term called seasonal depression.
Yeah, seasonal affect disorder, and it happens when the sun, the days start getting shorter, there starts to be more cloud cover. So yeah, it actually, that if you do suffer from that, yeah, the lung chi, the lungs are the most superficial organs of the body because of its connection to the skin and to the nose. And so if you do suffer from seasonal affective disorder, actually doing this movement could help. But also too, it's a sign that maybe you might be deficient in vitamin D. A lot of people are deficient in vitamin D, but I would have that checked out by your primary healthcare provider to see where you're at. And you know, we actually can take a lot more vitamin D than what we do. Most people take 1 to 2,000 IUs a day. We take about 9 to 10,000 IUs a day. Well, honestly, you don't get blood toxicity until 54,000 IUs, but yeah, talk to your primary care physician, and if you do suffer from seasonal affective disorder during that time of the year, then you might just be deficient in lung qi and vitamin D, so have that checked out.
And get outside.
Get outside.
Feel the sun on your skin.
I always remember the metal element as well, connecting to a metal element. Expand the lungs as you inhale. And the lungs have a major piece of our immune system and respiratory system. Let's do one more. And then exhale. Bring the energy back in. Pull down the heavens just once. And we're going to start with the kidney exercise. We're going to put the left hand on the to come down. And the kidneys are harmed during the winter time. So it's good to do these little practices to get closer to our elements.
I know.
And also connect to the color blue. This kitty trying to tell me something.
She's like, take me some butter cheese. Take me some more kidney cheese.
So I always try to imagine the water near me or being in front of the ocean. You can hear the sounds of the waves. Or even at a lake or a river. It's always really nice to connect to those elements around you. So you want to let go of the negative emotions of fear and shock. And bring forward positive emotions of gentleness, wisdom, and willpower. Having the willpower to overcome heavy obstacles in life. Let's switch over. Put our right hand on the left kidney, or the left. Tongue twist over here.
Switcheroos?
Yes. And work out the left kidney. And while you do focus on this exercise, you are stimulating the kidneys. And there's always a good example of correlation between the bladder and the kidneys, and the emotion. So whenever you feel fear, you realize you have to go pee. So that's a good example of how our emotions affect the kidneys. Let's do 2 more of these circles. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Bring energy back in. Hold down the heavens 3 times. Inhale. Slowly exhale as you come down. Inhale and exhale as you come down. Let's do 1 more. Now we're going to switch and leave the floor to Parisa.
All right, we're gonna start by smiling, because smile, it stands for starting my internal love engine. So connecting with your heart, just take a moment, start to list off the goodness and the gratitude in your life, and relax the arms, relax the fingers, going into some head circles, just gently, and be careful if you have any issues with the neck, then maybe not roll all the way back. But we're gonna go 3 in one direction, starting with the Tai Chi SRE Silk Grilling Series. Just feel the head swirling around the neck. And when you're ready, reverse and circle the other way. Notice where you may be storing any extra tension, tightness, and just use the mind focus to release that tension, allowing for your energy to flow smoothly and effortlessly. Bring the chin above the chest. Let's do a shoulder roll, up, back, and down. Starting from the floor, and feel the ripple. The ripple, not the nipple, Chris. And circle forward. Just kidding. And circle forward. Relaxing the shoulders, we'll go one hand. It's the sound of one hand clapping. Loosening the wrist and the fingers, the elbow and the shoulder. Try the other side. Notice the difference of both sides, go both. Relax the arms, you're gonna turn one foot on the 45, step the other foot forward, and then hand on the shoulder and a big circle around and circle. Just feel that looseness, that flexibility throughout your body, the flexibility throughout your mind. Reverse it, reverse, circle back. Letting the breath be long, steady, even, and relaxed. Relax that, step your front foot back, turn on the 45, step your other foot forward, hand on the shoulder, circle, circle. It's that coiling action that stimulates the cells and the tissues of the body. And reverse it, reverse, reverse. Okay, we went head, shoulders, what's next? Knees and toes? Actually, we're gonna go hips, step the feet, hips width apart, hands on the hips, and circle. And imagine yourself on a beautiful beach in Hawaii. Aloha and mahalo, and reverse.
Actually, the Kauai.
Kauai? That's still part of the Hawaiian, or the, yeah. Any people from Hawaii out there? Leave a comment below. Okay, now ready? Little hip up, hip, hip, hip to the side, and reverse it, hip. I think my pants are kind of Hawaiian themed.
Who got those for you?
Someone that I care for deeply. He does all my shopping. Dressed by CJ. Okay, step the feet together, slide the hands just above the knees, and we're gonna circle. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and reverse it, reverse the circle. You can feel how the patella, that triangular bone between the thigh and the leg, swirls. Feel that? Step the feet out wide, circle both, circle in. All right, I'm thinking summertime dance party, reverse. We just watched Footloose last night.
The new one, the new version?
It was the new one.
It was the new
We
one.
thought it was the old one, but okay, ankle circle.
Yeah.
Summertime. Okay, I'm actually not gonna say that. Reverse, reverse. I was just gonna say teenagers blossom during the summer, and we'll leave it at that. Root down through the foot, an ankle circle, other side. And reverse it, ankle circle. You can also do like a little toe on the floor if you feel unstable. Step the feet out a little bit wider than the hips, turn the toes out, tailbone tuck, lift through the chest, and just feel the shift of your weight. Shift side to side, bringing your focus down towards your lower abdomen. Okay, so now once you get the legs, we're gonna add the arms, circling down, up and around. Keeping the elbow relaxed, which relaxes the shoulder. The fingertips, there's energy in the fingertips, but they're not like super stiff. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's good. He always gives me a hard time about my fingertips.
Well, because if the fingers are like this, see how my hands are, it means that I don't have any intention to move the chi. If the hands are not rigid, but kind of slightly cupped, now I have intentions of moving the chi to the fingertips. And if you have no idea what chi is, just think of it as in terms of blood, because your blood is your chi. So in Chinese medicine, we have a saying that the blood contains the chi, and the chi moves the blood around the body.
And what is the actual definition of qi though, for anyone who's new to Tai Chi and Qigong?
Well, chi is the life force energy that emanates through all living things. Everything is an expression of chi. Everything is an expression of consciousness. If it didn't have a certain level of consciousness, it's kind of a hard concept to wrap your mind around, but it would actually dissolve into nothingness. So matter is a further expression of chi. And so inside of our bodies, obviously, we need energy. Think about it. Your heart needs to pump. What makes that heart pump like that?
Love. This is really amazing.
What allows for your stomach to digest? And for your lymphatic system to ward off pathogens, to cleanse the blood, right? So you need energy in order to do this.
Okay, ready for a switch? Place that hand on the hip and switcheroo. Energy, yes. Everything is an expression in one way or another.
Even your thoughts are an expression of chi.
Thoughts, smells.
You have also saying that your thoughts are louder than thunder in heaven. So being mindful of your thoughts. Once again, what we started off with this morning was to increase the consciousness of the planet. First, we have to increase our own consciousness. So being mindful over what you're thinking is really important. And Tai Chi is such a great way to allow you to be in the present moment, because you're focusing on moving this chi, in this case right now, to the ends of the fingers.
And on that note, there's a saying that goes, to bring peace to the world, strive to make your own life peaceful. So, and just what Chris was talking about, our thoughts, you know, we have tens of thousands of thoughts a day. So sometimes it could, when you first kind of stumble upon the law of attraction, you're like, how can I control 10,000, 20,000 thoughts a day? But the key is, and what these practices do, is it becomes more aware of the thoughts. And when you start to go into the negative mind frame, you have the tools to redirect. Because negativity will pop in and out of the mind. Sometimes you don't really fully have control of that, don't you think?
Mhm.
Yeah, so redirect, shake it off. Cloud hands, ready, both hands. Even like a simple practice like what we're doing right now, can help to soothe, to bring things more to a neutral place, give you a new perspective, a new point of view, so that then you can handle the bumps in the road. Not that there won't be bumps in the road, but it gives you like a shock absorber. Does that make sense? Can I get a hell yeah? There's no feedback.
I'm into my practice.
Hello. In case you don't know, I'm a fire type. I love the summertime, I will say that. I can't wait to get out to Don Edwards to do a hike. And we'll do one more each side. Side, other side, relax the arms, step the feet together. This time we're gonna pull into the third eye point. Keep the tail tucked and then guide the energy down the center column of the body. Do that again, gather from the space around you, pull it in between the eyebrows, and then guide your focus down, down, down. One more time. In and down. Do you have time for one more?
Let's do it.
Brushing the meridian, you're gonna grab onto your opposite forearm. We're gonna go slow here, really give a gentle, loving caress up over the head. Brush your ears, the side of the neck, the side of the chest, the waist, the thighs, the legs, flip into the floor. Then up the ankles, inner thigh, cross at the belly, upper arms, palm of the hands, and give a big sigh. And brush up. Think like a brush stroke. We were talking about Bob Ross. It's like you're painting. Brush down, flick, and then brush up the inside. Cross at the belly, upper arm, palm of the hand, big sigh. Let's do that again. Brush up and over. It's like a self-massage. And then brush. Cultivating feelings of love. We'll do that 2 more times. Feeling grateful to be alive. Brush down. Flick into the floor. Brushing up. Whew. And a big last time here. Brushing up and all the way down to the ground, and then come on up, and a big Let's do that same type of cool down heavens as we bring the hands towards the third eye point and then guide down, feeling the front of the body. Do that again, gather from the space around you, tapping into your intuition, your all-knowing as you focus down through the center core. And one more time. And this time feeling your connection with the earth, the sky, nature. Smiling. And I'll pass the mic to my man CJ.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start to wrap it up here. We're going to get another practice, focusing on the lower dantian, and the lower dantian is connected to the kidneys. So what's going to happen here is we're gently going to rock back and forth. So I'm going to rock on the balls of the feet and then on the heels. So as I go to the heels, my hands come forward as I go to the balls of the feet, stimulating the kidney 1 acupuncture meridian, also referred to as the bubbling well point. I'm going to then imagine that I have a white pearl, the size of a grapefruit, large grapefruit. And I'm going to imagine it as I rock forward, it touches right below the belly button. And as I go back on the heels, it touches the Ming Men, which is the acupuncture point right in between the left and right kidneys opposite the navel.
Wait, sorry, question. Grape or grapefruit? A grape.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit, that's a big
Grapefruit.
pearl.
That's my pearl.
Oh my God, okay. I was thinking a grape.
It could be as big as you want.
It could, yeah.
It could be watermelon.
It could be an apricot. Like,
Mine's like a grape.
You expand it.
Okay, okay, focus key.
so I'm gently rocking here on the balls of the feet and then go to the heels. Imagining that this white pearl touches right below the belly button as I rock forward. And then as I rock back, we want a side profile, forward and back.
Did Michael Jackson do this movie?
I think so.
Smooth Criminal.
That's such a great song. So from here, I'm rocking forward. The white pearl touches right below the belly button. As I rock back, it touches the Ming Men, which is right opposite the navel.
Is there an exhale, inhale?
The inhaling and exhaling can be whatever way, so it doesn't matter if you're walking forward or back. I tend to inhale as I bring the dantian forward, and then exhale as I move back to the Ming Men. Inhale and exhale.
That's funny because I had it opposite.
Of course.
Of course. Is it true opposites attract or like attracts like? Which is it?
It depends. So I'm gently rocking here. You can imagine actually that you're in a pool of water. So that resistance around the arms and the body as you move through the water, you imagine that. So that will also help to guide and dictate your movement. What's interesting is that they say that we're in a vast sea of energy. That's why they say also that your thoughts are louder than thunder in heaven. Be mindful of your thoughts. And then from here, I'm going to slow it down. Coming to an end. Feel the energy. Just feel your whole body. Focusing inward. Awakening all your cells. And one last time, we're going to pull down the heavens 3 times, inhaling. First pull for your higher consciousness, whatever that is to you, allowing for that to emanate through your entire being. Second pull for nurturing this planet Earth, being grateful for organizations like the San Francisco Bay Wildlife Society. Preserving this planet, taking care of nature. Third pull, for human compassion and kindness towards one another, acceptance, inclusion of all people. And then finishing off, placing the hands over the lower dantian, 1 inch below the belly button, with your eyes closed. Imagine a white mystical pearl that forms underneath the hands, gathering the energy from the space around you. As you exhale, allow for this white pearl to restore the vitality of the kidneys on the low back. Each time you inhale, the pearl gets brighter and brighter. And then as you exhale, you feel this white curl restore the vitality of the kidneys on the low back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feeling that white light fill up your entire being from head to toe. And then from there, slowly open up the eyes, shaking out your feet. Okay. How do you feel? Okay, so once again, thank you so much for this opportunity, and we hope that you continue to participate in these online classes. And you know, the best way to really change yourself is to start looking inward. Yes, you know, what we're doing, like physical exercise, is also really important. Making sure you get enough sleep, making sure you drink plenty of room temperature water, but really focusing on the mental, emotional state and what's happening on the inside is really of utmost importance. So
Yeah, so check out the links below for information about the Refuge, San Francisco Bay Wildlife Society, the Watershed Watchers Program funded by Santa Clara County Urban Runoff and Pollution Program. They will be sharing activities and resources on their website and Facebook pages. Continue to follow us for more tips on staying healthy and active this summer, and we hope to see you at the Refuge for Tai Chi in the very near future. Thank you for joining us. We love you.
we love you,
And
and
be
say la
well.
chi.
Say la chi.
Oh no. Say who do we appreciate?